So Paul was gripped by the gospel. Now I want to look here at verse 18, where Paul says, "For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who suppress the truth and unrighteousness." In that one verse, there's a lot of stuff packed in there that we need to try to pull out. First of all, the wrath of God. God's holy wrath and indignation are revealed, he says, from heaven. He says, against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men, who in their wickedness, he says. Now, the New KJV says, who suppress the truth in righteousness. And what Paul is saying is, in their wickedness, they suppress or repress and hinder the truth, and they actually make it inoperative. You got a lot of that going on nowadays. People who are trying to make the truth inoperative. Well, that's your truth. Now, this is my truth. No, there's only one truth. And we live in a society that want to make that one truth the truth. They want to make it inoperative. They try to make it inoperative. They try to, they want to dismantle the gospel is what they're trying to do. They're trying to dismantle the Word of God. And listen, we are in a society now that is desperately wicked. You know, the Bible says that who can know the heart that's unregenerated, the heart that doesn't know Jesus Christ. Who can know the heart? He said, because that heart is desperately wicked. We live in a society of desperately wicked hearts. Saw a picture of a group of a horseshoe circle, a bunch of ministers in Washington, D.C. was on Facebook yesterday, and the news caption, and listen, I verify most of these these things that come on, I try to verify them before I repost them or say anything about them. I try to verify, because you got a lot of fake news services out there. And you got a lot of people who just put stuff out there, just like one woman posted something, I can't remember who it was, but they posted something about that Justice Roberts had, in a decision, a 5-4 decision, the Supreme Court decided that it was illegal not to take office without taking an oath on the Word of God, on the Bible. That was fake news. That ain't happened. If it had happened, you'd have been heard about it all over every news service. It ain't happened. And I looked at the head in the news service and everything. Doesn't seem to be a reliable source, so I skipped over that, because I wish it would. I prayed it would. But that didn't happen. But now this that I read on this I'm telling you about is a reliable news source. And you can check your news sources and get, one that we get a lot of sources from is it Life News? Called Live Action. Well, that's part of it. But we get a lot of report, because you know they're reliable, and we can depend on them. And this thing, these bunch of ministers in Washington, D.C. had their picture made off sitting there or standing there grinning and going on, because they had blessed an abortion clinic. They blessed a Planned Parenthood facility. They blessed it. And they said it was a sacred work. I got news for them. I hope that many people like it. I put some words from Jeremiah the prophet about these false prophets on there. God said, I didn't send these prophets. They ain't from me. They are not speaking my heart. They're not delivering my vision. And that's what these folks are guilty of, being false prophets. Talking about blessing as a facility that murders innocent babies. Ridiculous. It's ludicrous. It's asinine. I can't think of enough adjectives to describe how I feel about that, or what it is. But the wrath of God is going to be revealed against people like that, against things like that. And so the idea of sin becomes confusing in today's culture to a lot of people, even in the church. Even in the church. We can label certain behaviors as sinful, and, like murder and adultery and homosexuality and all those things. And other things, we just label them as just flaws or personal struggles, like pride and envy. However, one way to describe sin is missing the mark.